Sorry, pal. We're out of... We'll be back on the road in no time. Stranded in the middle of nowhere. Dad used to say, a flawless establishment needs flawless window panes. Terra Incognita Scenic Highway. Next town ahead. Long shot by the sea. Sounds promising. Out of gas. And the engine is overheated. No juice. My tires should still last a couple of miles. At least the cold chain is unbroken. Tiny rock gas station. A beacon in the dark. Some of these constellations seem familiar. Or do they? Hansen's ice cream. I used to love it when I was little. If it wasn't for the sand and rubble, the impenetrable darkness, the legions of bugs, and that awful smell of gasoline everywhere, this sure could make a nice place for a picnic. Somebody forgot their toolbox. This loot box contains only some rusty pliers. I wish. It's frozen shut. No juice. Those pliers won't help me with that. Not a chance. I need to find some gas and engine coolant first. Hello? Anybody in there? I could really use some gas. Can you please let me in? I'm totally not a vampire, I swear. Locked. Of course. How should I open the door with these rusty pliers? Dad used to say... Does it ever rain here anyway? A hidden replacement key. That was too easy. As if it wanted to be found. It fits. That was almost too easy. It's pitch black. I can't even see my own hands. There's something funny about that picture. Oops! A hidden switch. This must be the main fuse. I know this image. Daytona Beach Race 58. What an event. The landscape on that picture vaguely reminds me of home. It's a picture of a buffalo. What I wouldn't give to be there. Extra large, no refill. This is the end of nowhere. I wonder if these postcards would ever reach their destination. This one shows a map of the area. I'll take it with me. Quite off the beaten track. Cherry pie. If there's something I can't stand, it's cherry pie and hot coffee. 20% bun, 5% cold cuts, and 75% cling film. Thanks, but no thanks. Looks dusty. Again, that ghastly tune. Coffee. If there's something I can't stand, it's cherry pie and hot coffee. All I have left are a few Deutschmarks. Pretty useless out here anyways. This thing wouldn't take me far out here. Now they are working again. Drink up. You must be dying of thirst. Those pliers won't help me with that. Not until I have found a way to cool down the engine. I wish. It's frozen shut. At least the cold chain is unbroken. Fueled up. But the engine is still way too hot. Electrical cables. Electrical cables. Cold as ice. Exactly what I need. There you go. Have some Kool-Aid. Those pliers? Done. Finally, we can make off again. Oh, come on. Start already. It's that darn oil pump again. Looks like we'll be stuck here for a while.
sure this is the right place? When's the next bus back to the city? Beverly, I have arrived. I feel spewed out into the most barren, dark void of Europe. All things considered, this could most likely be the best vacation ever. Feeling chilled out already. The next city is like 1,000 miles away. Ah, yes. That's where I am. The bus stop. My gateway to the outside world. Brr, looks cold. Its heydays are over. Paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark. A hiking map of the region. The upper section has been torn off. Trubberbrook, county of Brokenlande, 1 kilometer, or 0.621371 miles. Hades, paddleboat rental, souvenirs, fishing supplies. Closed. I wonder what that is. Arrived at destination after a short walk. Trubberbrook, a tranquil little town. Seems a bit run down. I must say, Beverly, I absolutely fell in love with this town already. Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. That is one strange-looking cat. That is one strange-looking cat. There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Pathoeke, Tote Oma. The mysterious village. Who is into this kind of stuff? The time-traveling machine. Complete nonsense from a quantum mechanical perspective. This must be the place. Small ads, postings, announcements. They're holding a town fair soon. Exciting. I should check into my room first before I start exploring the town. Evening.
Hey. Nobody there, huh?
Doesn't seem so. Today's menu, nothing. That's quite a few fishing rods they have there. They don't seem to have many bookings. All the keys are still there. Look at all these beautiful people. Must be some kind of ancestral gallery. Where is everyone?
I saw someone here just a minute ago.
Please ring bell for service. We only serve small pots of coffee outside the restaurant. Hello? I'm not going to give up.
Good afternoon. How can I help you, darling?
There's a room reserved for me. You know the lottery? I won a stay over here.
You won? How can you win a stay in Trüberbrook?
Well, actually, I don't really remember taking part in any lottery myself. Yet I received this winning notification.
What was the name again?
Name's Tannhauser.
Tannhauser, 11hauser. Oh, Dr. Hans Tannhauser. Oh yes, here we have it.
Say, is it a quiet room?
Seeking some peace and quiet,
Well, I'm working on a text and I could really use some serenity.
Text? Are you a kind of writer or something?
Normally, I work for a university. Right now, I'm writing a paper on quantum physics.
I've heard worse. You arrived just in time for the big anniversary celebration. Trüberbrook is a bit noisier than usual around these days. But apart from that, I'd say you have nothing to worry about in terms of disturbance. Here's your key, Dr. Tannhauser. My name is Trude, by the way.
If you don't mind, where are all the other guests?
Let's put it this way. The season in Trüberbrook is already over.
I get the impression the season has been over for some time. What?
Please, you've got to help me.
Did that guy just disappear with my paper? something unusual happened. There was an uninvited guest in my room tonight. Now that he's escaped, I'm going to chase him down. Creepy. Some kind of a sea monster. Must be a local myth. I don't want to go back to bed. I'm on a mission. I better not. It'll start raining in. Hanging dead animals on your wall is a bit eccentric. At least it seems the burglar didn't rummage through the cabinet. What a mess. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. What is this? Some kind of goo. Where did he go? Even more of that strange goo. Reception opening hours, Monday to Saturday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., Sundays and legal holidays, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. The traces lead outside. Darkest night. In the pale starlight, this village appears to be composed of jagged silhouettes and loneliness.
Hey there. Taking a little night stroll?
Someone was in my room.
You only just got here and you already have secret admirers?
No, it was a burglar, I think.
Well, I haven't seen anyone sneaking around here, but if I were you, I would probably follow these somewhat extremely obvious footprints.
You've got a point there. Please excuse me. This situation is growing aggravating. I followed the person who stole my notes into a kind of dead-end street. And now he's vanished. Picture me standing here at the edge of the world, stripped of my writings.
I wonder who on Earth would steal a paper on quantum physics.
I wonder if she knows something about the burglar.
Do you like ghost stories? It is said that a proto-Germanic cult used to live up here in the mountains. They prayed to the spirits of the forests. I know it's a long shot, but maybe this visitor of yours is one of those spirits?
Evil spirits?
Nonsense, I was just trying to mess with you. What was your name again? Tenhauser? Name's Gretchen. I'm an anthropologist. In fact, those old Proto-Germanic ritual grounds just so happen to be my special subject. One of them is supposedly somewhere around here, though I haven't been able to find it yet.
Gretchen, well met. Now that's all well and good, but what am I going to do without my notes?
You know what? I'm going to help you track down that burglar. It looks like he escaped with one of the old gondolas. I bet he's hiding somewhere in the mountains, which, incidentally, is also where I was heading. Come on, you're a scientist. You're coming with me now and you're going to help me find this ritual site. Who knows, maybe you'll even find your evil spirit there. The one with an interest in quantum whatchamacallits. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. So what do you say? You with me? knew you had the spirit of adventure in you. Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go. The early bird catches the worm and all that. We have to find a way up the mountain. It would be easiest if we used a cable car. I reckon that's also what our friend thought.
The cable car doesn't exactly appear to be in pristine condition. What do you think?
Don't worry, I'm sure I can fix this. I can't fix this. The master key is missing and the weasel damaged the electric mains.
Maybe it was the burglar who did this.
The plan. I'll hold the position and try my best. Why don't you take a look around town? We need the master key for the cable car. Also, we need to override the broken mains. Think you can remember that?
I'll try to remember.
Let's go. This is going to be fun. High voltage. There's got to be a way we can fix this.
I wonder what that is. Locked. This old generator is running at maximum strength. It's even sending out sparks. Judging by the smell, this was used to transport cookies and lollipops. Hello? Anybody there? What was that? Time waits for no man, not even in Trevor. I discovered a modern telecommunication system further uptown. This might be important to anybody wondering if the world is still turning at the end of the line. It's a well-known fact that weasels have a dangerously loving affection towards all sorts of cables. The present case suggests a rather impressive specimen, judging by the thickness of the cable. Last resort, self-termination. I met a woman named Gretchen in Trüberbrook. She is a fellow scientist. Gretchen studied anthropology in Vienna.
Could you please focus on the task at hand?
It's glowing red. These binoculars should provide an excellent view of the opposite lakeshore. The local gondola lift's hauling cables seem to be intact, although there aren't any gondolas or mining carts attached to it. A smell of oil and soil lingers in the air. The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house. It's the window to my room. A hanger is dangling from the clothesline. Marvelous engineering. There's a clothesline up there, right under my window. Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful. The table is wobbling terribly. You better keep your distance. This table has a horrible wobble. This table, it has a wobble. Everything's going down the drain around here.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
I've been wondering about that cable car.
I don't want to think about the old cable car. This wobbling table is simply unbearable. It's driving me crazy.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
It's heartbreaking to see the town in decline like this. Everything's going down the drain, just like this wobbly table.
Looks like it was struck by lightning the other night. Still looks in good condition, though. This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons. Locked.
This cat again. A beautiful, healthy tree.
Acasoidu platanus, the sycamore maple.
That's some sturdy, full-grown reed.
Good morning.
Excuse.
Are you all right?
Please don't ask. I can't even savor my cognac as long as this terrible table keeps on wobbling.
Good morning. Ah, never mind.
Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Big.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
I'd like to report a theft. There was an uninvited guest in my room last night.
In our house? Oh dear, I'm so very sorry. Let me call the police immediately.
Thanks.
I will keep you informed.
This establishment you call your own has quite the charm.
A family business for more than 75 years. Actually, I took over the guest house together with my brother. But now it's just me and my little daughter.
Being the only guest, I was wondering, how's the season going so far?
Season? We haven't had one in ages.
So what happened to your brother?
The only interest that scoundrel had was in his bottles. In the end, that good-for-nothing took a half too much of his Bolzenschuss and just made off.
Your daughter really likes watching TV, huh?
You see, the kid is always in front of the box. She's got her mind set on extraterrestrials and alien worlds. Nonsense, don't you think? Anything else I can do for you?
Can you tell me something about the old cable car?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it.
Who exactly is this Baron von Sülz?
Baron von Sülz used to run the mine, a philanthropist and patron of the arts. His wife was the flamboyant Baroness von Sülz. You must have heard of her. Anyway, when the company took over the mine, the Baroness dropped him as well and left the Baron behind. A broken man. Now his cat is his only remaining pleasure.
What were they mining for? Do you know?
An old silver mine. So nothing a quantum physicist would be interested in. It's been a few years, back in the days, when there was enough work for everyone. Then this company took over the mine, only to shut it down immediately.
So why did they shut down the mine?
There is talk and rumors all over the town. Allegedly, people started disappearing without a trace. Tourists, poor laborers without families, the odd stranger. Some folks were also talking about toxic residues in the air and the water. But nobody knows anything with certainty. If you ask me, I'm just glad the whole affair has come to an end. All those rumors have kept spa guests away for years, as you can see for yourself.
What about this mysterious company you were talking of?
They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation. They have connections to the top, if you know what I mean. Way up to the highest circles of power.
What became of the people working the mine?
More and more outsiders came to town. Nobody knows what they were actually doing in the mines. Some went missing, some went crazy. Who can tell? At one point, they even bought the old sanitarium in order to provide housing for their workers. That was before the mine shut down, of course.
Would you wrap up the whole story in detail for me again?
The cable car, it used to belong there.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
Truda, would you pour me one of your Pilsner beers, please?
Just a second, Professor. Here, a coaster. There you go. Cheers!
Good morning.
Morning.
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself... By the way, the buffet is open.
This can must have fallen off the table. They serve traditionally hearty local meals in this place. Apparently, a few maggots found themselves a lovely home in there. Note to self, the buffet in this guest house is an obvious case for the public health department. I don't want to take this with me, but I love cheese cube. I'll save you, my little friend. A dim oil painting shows some of the varnish is starting to come off. Science fiction. She seems...
Hey, please don't stand there.
Hey. She's almost in a trance. Hey. She's almost...
Please don't stand there.
Excuse me. Didn't mean to.
Coming up next, a new episode of Rocket Ship Andromeda.
Have you been living under a rock? With a TV set you can take journeys to other worlds. Now that I think of it, I have never seen you here before. Are you from another world as well?
You bet I am. My name is Hans. I just arrived from Berlin.
Hey Hans, I'm Leni. My mom owns the place.
70,000 light years from home, the rocket ship has stranded in star system Omega 3.
Is Berlin also in star system Omega 3?
Berlin is located right in the middle of Brandenburg, so it is worlds apart.
Brandenburg? Never heard of it.
Star Cybernetition Commander Aurora is searching for a way back home.
And what do you do for a living? Are you a famous cybernetician too?
I'm a quantum physicist.
Quantum what? Anyways, I'm going to be a star cybernetician.
Only Commander Aurora can disintegrate the even Rulans into thin air with her space beams.
So, do you Berlinalians have any special powers? Can you make things disappear?
I can make incredible amounts of candy disappear.
I can do that too.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back after a few consumer-oriented product endorsements.
My uncle knew how to make things disappear as well. I also know where, but I mustn't tell anyone on Earth.
Your uncle was a wizard?
Wizards? They aren't even real.
So, what do I have to do to make you tell me?
There's only one thing I can think of. Can you prove you're not an Earthling?
I'll think of something. I'd rather not disturb the little one. Look, this is the star log I'm using to stay in contact with my home planet. Just met human child Lenny, keeper of a cosmic secret.
Awesome. Is this a star log for real? May I please?
My pleasure.
This is Leni of planet Earth speaking. My uncle had a secret stash hidden under a loose plank in room 3.
Room 3? That happens to be my room.
Room 3 used to be where my Uncle Heinz lived.
And where is your uncle now?
My mom says he is now living on planet No Good. I need to know what happens next.
Locked. Before you even know, the world lies in ruins. I hope this isn't a bad omen. Just a hanger. Empty. Huh. There really is a hidden stash below. There's something lying on the floor. It's a massage rod. Somebody must have misplaced it. I would probably hurt my... I'm not tired. Loads of useless junk, and an almost empty bottle of schnapps. I'll only take the schnapps. Bolts. I don't want to mess. Fresh air is still the preferable.
Hey, mister!
No.
I need to know what happened.
Now look at all these fish.
You can borrow one if they have a tendency to get lost.
Pawn. You. Now look at all.
You can. They have a
pawn.
What's this? The table stopped wobbling? Oh, thank you so very much. I was hardly able to focus on anything else but this cursed wobblery. Thank you, but I believe this ordinary...
Good morning. You've got yourself a...
The name is Baron Otto Titan von Tröber-Bruxstutz.
Tannhauser. Pleased to meet you.
Please, come over. Don't waste the opportunity to put up with the company of a lonely, broken old man.
Are you from around these parts?
You may... I put all my life's work. I once was the owner of both. That's all.
Do you have any...
My spouse left me for good. Only Claus. Alas.
Who is Claus?
Claus? He was the only... But now, everything in this world is...
Maybe he just went...
I don't know. Then he just... You can't rely...
What kind of a strange...
Well, you should know. This, the fair and the fortunate citizens that weren't occupied, but it's all...
Do you still have the key?
Please excuse, I need some rest.
Any news about...
Nothing.
Could you tell me some... Please excuse me.
It won't be this. Oh my. 9 lives or not, I don't... A beaut... Akasu... It won't be... 9 lives or not. No, no. Hi.
Hey.
About the cake. Question.
We need the map. Why don't you anything?
Yes. I wonder what...
Presumably, who else would?
So,
The day before you. And just saying, the public transport.
but then how did...
Individual.
Why Tribber? It's hard to find, but I'm not from these...
I've been trying to. And when I finally. The people around here are nice.
I was given a...
Tell me about yourself.
What would you like to...
So you're from the.
The United...
Where from?
Woodinville, Washington.
Never heard of it. Any bigger cities nearby that?
Seattle. The rainy...
Oh, yes. I know.
You've been to this...
Yes, once. Actually, I had come to. But then I got acquainted with some folk.
A while longer.
Not the whole time, no. Boston, Waterville, then Canada and the Midwest. Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, on and on. then Washington, Oregon, down to San Francisco.
Wow. You must have passed...
Yes, maybe. And that's where you studied?
No, I studied on the East Coast, the Cornell, under Dr. Schrodinger.
Ah, of course.
Exchange? No.
You...
Don't ask me.
Interesting.
Hi.
Hey,
About the... What was the
we have to fix the hype. If you touch it, still anything...
No, thanks.
Good, I'll try. Something's jammed there.
It seems you...
Indeed, mastermind. Did
No. There's a selection... Vertebrae? Hilarious, the conqueror of the dragon? Actually, it's quite... Good morning. Any news of...
Nothing.
You've got your...
Please don't wait.
Do you still have...
Please, I need...
Please excuse... There...
I need to... Hey, mister!
Excuse me. Didn't mean to. I'd rather not disturb the little one. Lock.
Oh, thanks. For me? Yes, feel free to leave it here.
Yes, that sounds like a good deal.
Just be sure to bring it back, will you?
Nine lives or... Well then. Good catch. What the? Can opener? Brr. Looks cool. Subject, species reintroduction. Although nine. Now it's a case for the metal restorer.
This crumbling socket looks much nicer without the cheesy armor on top.
Hilarious the Unready? Is that you?
I don't want to frighten. It won't be this easy. 9 lives or not. Oh. This crumbling. I don't want to frighten him. Truda would probably not approve
The
of my
youth of
appearance.
today.
Truda would probably not approve of my appearance. Careful, Hans. Don't trip. No, no, no. Voila. There's a current again.
I'll just leave it like that. Good morning. Please excuse me. Hi.
Hey, all right.
Good morning.
Morning.
Have you talked?
I gave the off. It's only go.
What do you mean?
The police station is right. We have to. As soon as the inspector has solved his current case,
Keep me up to date.
I will let.
I noticed
Speak your mind.
that door over there.
That's the door to the cellar where my brother built it. No one has taken it. He just took the key with anything else.
About the case.
Sure.
Do you have an idea?
After he had lost the mine, if you ask me.
What was it again?
After he had lost, if you ask
I've heard enough.
anything else,
I'll be leaving.
make yourself.
They don't seem to have many.
I need to know.
The antenna provides. Beverly, I discovered the local movie theater, Mobius Palace. Hades. Closed. Paddle boat. Soft as a... I put a nice... It would tear me to pieces. You like this, don't you?
Claus?
Good morning. Any news?
Nothing.
Please excuse me. Nowhere to run from. Oh, I think he passed out. Now I've got you. Is this by chance your cat, Claus?
Oh, my beloved Claus. Where have you been? You look exhausted, old friend.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
So what's with the cable?
I used to own the cable car. Everything, those mania, the cable car.
Please, go on.
More and more outs what they were actually up to, but after a few years, they shut down the place. Just think of it. They closed down and turned a once flourishing...
Who are these
The Millennium Cooperative. A ruthless, they leave us little family business.
You ran them.
Well, mayor of Truberbrook, patron of Truberbrook and the art.
What do you mean?
First, then, more and more dubious, driving visitors away.
These must have been difficult.
I appreciate...
Would you mind lending...
You've been so... You have reunited. I'd have given you everything, yet all you desire, and here you are.